Alrighty, so today I want to do something a little different, but something that should be helpful for a lot of beginner players or a lot of free-to-play players. Now, if you guys don't know, we are coming up on the yearly cycle going into next month where the anniversary is going to begin on both versions. Now, for those of you who may be confused, because I get this comment every once in a while, it's like, wait, I thought the anniversary was in July. If you do not know, the global and the Japanese versions are going to be syncing in terms of the schedule. So, what does that mean? That means that all releases from here on out going on at the same time will be on both versions. So that means that the yearly calendar is going to look the same. Now, perks and packs for tickets and stuff like that, those are all going to differentiate between the versions just because of the way that like gacha laws work in both countries and stuff like that. It's not what we're here for in this video, but I just want to let you know that I cannot definitively say like every pack is going to look this way on both versions, but what I can say is every banner, at least starting from the anniversary, should start to look the same in terms of featured lineups and stuff like that. Eventually, we're going to get to a point where these banners are not like muffled in between versions and they're all going to look the same. So keep that in mind, but with that being said, what I want to do in this video is give you an all-encompassing guide to the times of year when you should be summoning as a free-to-play player, so that way we can maximize our Dragon Stones, we can take a strategy, and that way we can take the strategy and make sure that we are getting the most out of every Dragon Stone that we spend on banners. So, a few things that we are going to be doing. Two of these major timelines during the year are going to be honorable mentions that I would recommend that you tread lightly on, and then 3 of these sections are going to encompass all 4, or in one case, 2 of these sections are going to encompass all 4 of the banners, not just one, but I'm going to use one banner as an example of what I am talking about. So please keep that in mind. And then the last thing I need to do before we get into this is if a character you want drops at a time that is not optimal and you are going to have the most fun using that character, an example is like this Buhan banner right up here, if you guys can see my cursor. This Buhan banner, here's my cursor, right? Come on, there's my cursor. If Buhan is the character that you're going to get the most enjoyment out of using, then forget about it. Summon for Buhan, right? That, like, by all means. So I just want to make sure that all these prerequisites are out of the way before we get into the guide. So with that being said, if you do enjoy today's video and you find it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here. We are on the road to 13K. We should hit it any day now. So your support would be greatly appreciated, and it helps the channel more than you know. All right. Intro time over. When is the first time that you should be summoning during the year? Well, I'm pleased to announce that it should be the yearly anniversary banners. So, when do the yearly anniversary banners typically start? These are going to be during the period of January 28th, and usually, and then it's going to run all the way until about March 4th, March 5th. So you're going to have a solid how long? Like 6 to 7 weeks to obtain, or not even, it's like about 6 weeks to obtain these characters. And these are going to be the most high value banners during the year in terms of characters that you want to acquire during like premium Dokkan Fest LRs. As you can see here on the banner, we have 4 just by looking at the cursor. This is an LR, this is an LR, this is an LR, and then obviously he's an LR. So this is going to be the case for both of the Part 1 and Part 2 banners, or both of the Dokkan Fest LRs are going to be featuring multiple Dokkan Festival exclusive LR characters. So you can see specifically on this banner, we have 8 LRs. Most banners that aren't like carnivals or legendary summons do not feature 8 LRs, and at that, 8 pretty good LRs, all things considered. This character is not good, but that is not what we're here to talk about, right? We're not going to evaluate the characters, but what we do need to evaluate is that this character, usable, right? And future easy A, right? So that is something that we do need to keep in mind. But with that being said, these are the most valuable banners during the year based on the criteria of character. Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs are the most premium units in the game that you cannot just get at any period, right? They're not just featured on every single banner, and especially when there's 2 of them going on at the same time, or one in Part 1 and then one in Part 2, these are going to be some of the most sought after characters. They're going to have the highest quality animations. They're going to typically have the best kits. So you have to keep that in mind when we are summoning on these banners. That is why I think these are the quintessential banners that you need to be summoning on, and during the anniversary they're going to give out a lot of stones. So this is going to be extremely helpful for you, because not only are you going to be getting high value on the banner, you're going to be getting a lot of opportunities to summon on that banner as well. So with that being said, the next time potentially that we could be summoning on the year after the anniversary would potentially be Saiyan Day. Now, the issue with Saiyan Day, why I think this one is one you have to consider, is because Saiyan Day typically runs about 2 weeks after the anniversary ends. So you just don't have that much time to summon. But typically the Saiyan Day TUR over the last 2 years has been very good. This God Goku people still really like, and this Vegeta is really good. One thing that's going to really influence the Saiyan Day summons as well is the return of a banner, a unit that we will be talking about later, or a certain unit from a banner that we will be summoning on later, and that is the Tanabata banner. We'll be talking about that coming up here in a moment, but this guy right here, this will be Tech UI Goku this year, at least on JP. I don't know how Global's going to handle it yet because we just don't know, but this character right here usually means that the banner is going to have decent value. Typically, there's an easy A in this spot, and then there's about 4 to 5 good units on this banner. Now, why would I say that you shouldn't summon on this banner? Because it's just not enough time in between, and you're really just kind of taking whatever left over from the anniversary, and that's going to make things a little bit tricky. But all in all, I think that this banner, if you want to summon on it, it isn't a bad value. And considering it is a same time one, everything is going to be same time, but in past years, this has been one of the few like global JP shared celebrations, because Saiyan Day is the same for global and JP. So if you want to summon on this, feel free, but again, I think that this is a skip, and it is also going to be the case for the next one. This is going to be the Golden Week Dual Dokkan Fest. This takes place at the end of April, and usually provides some pretty good characters. So this year, it's going to look like whatever the new TUR is, and then this Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to slide down here, and then whatever character we get from New Year's is going to be on this banner as well. So we have a lot of slots for really good characters, and some Dokkan Festival LRs like Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo making their return. So that is why these banners are pretty high value, I would say. Keep in mind that Golden Week is also a major celebration over on the JP side of things, so they are usually pretty generous with the way that they do things, and this is going to be a good time to summon. So in my opinion, the optimal way if you want to summon on the Golden Week banners is to go from the anniversary and save your stones all the way up until Golden Week, and then you could summon on the banner for Golden Week that you prefer between the Dual Dokkan Fest, and then knock yourself out. So the next time during the year that we want to focus on summoning is going to be the Tanabata LR banner. Now, in terms of when this character is going to return, this is one of the trickier ones in the game, because the wait to get this character again is a super long one, assuming they don't change anything, right? So Tech Ultra Instinct Goku on JP came out on June 28th, and he does not make a rerun all the way up until March. So there is a 9-month wait in between, and for the JP schedule, that is a long time. I know Global for a really long time had like an 11-month wait period in order for you to get like, I think it was the worldwide download celebration units, because you had to wait all the way till the anniversary, but that does not exist anymore. So this character comes out in June, he goes away at the middle of July, and he does not come back all the way until March. So this is definitely a nice time to summon, because the Tanabata LR tends to be really good. This year we had Tech Ultra Instinct Goku, who came out on Global during the anniversary, but that slot is not going to exist again this year. So it's just the way that things go. Now, looking at this banner again, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, so 6 Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, a really good banner unit, a decent TUR, and then an okay EZA. Pretty high value banner, and you're going to have like exclusive tickets that come during that time that you're going to be able to use during part 2 and stuff like that. So this is a really good time to summon during the year, because this LR has a very high wait period in between releases. So like, especially when it's a case like this where it's somebody like UI Goku, you're going to want to make sure you get a copy of this character, because you're going to have to wait a really long time to get him. So if you want to skip both of the TUR slots that I mentioned earlier, what we potentially could do is save from the end of the anniversary in March all the way till the end of June, and that's going to give you ample amount of stones and resources to hopefully obtain this LR. So that is going to be the second to last time during the year that you should be summoning, and let's go ahead and look at the last one, and that is going to be the worldwide download celebration. The most common thing is Dokkan Festival LRs are when you want to summon, right? That's the big thing that you have to remember. These are the most premium characters in the game. So the Worldwide Download Celebration LRs, or Dual Dokkan Fest, are going to consist of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is this? 5, 10 Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs between the banners. Very good. And then we're also going to have Carnival banners accompanying them with maybe the more hyped character, because it's just, they put the more hyped character on the banner that's harder to pull them on, right? In the case of Beast Gohan, it was the opposite, because Beast Gohan is definitely more desirable than the Gammas, but most of the time it's going to be that case, right? Like with this case, it was Legendary Super Saiyan Broly versus a Super Saiyan Trio. Most people are going to want Broly over the Super Saiyan Trio, right? Despite the SSR art looking pretty cool. I really like the way Trunks looks in this art. But, you know, beside the point, right? I think that this is a really high value time to summon during the year, because we're going to be talking about it in the sense of like, you know, 10 featured LRs that are pretty good, and also future EZA candidates and stuff like that, characters that potentially reran during the anniversary banners that you didn't get. This is going to lead to having very high value on these banners. So with that being said, those are the times during the year that you want to be summoning. Now, if we want to kind of briefly look at some like honorable mentions, if you will, on other times when we have like New Year's, there's going to be a step up. I just got to pull it up. It's going to take a little bit, but like when there's a New Year's step up, that's a really good time to summon, because these are going to give you like guaranteed Dokkan Festival exclusives. You guys can see it right here. Guaranteed LRs, Dokkan Festival exclusive characters, and you get it for like around a 200 if you're a new player and you're missing characters. I think that's pretty high value, but overall, in my opinion, there are 3 major times that you should be summoning during the anniversary or during the year. That is the anniversary, that is Tanabata, and that is going to be the worldwide download celebration. So this is going to take some discipline and stuff like that, but if you can really lock down this summoning strategy, you're going to find that being free to play in Dokkan is very easy, and you're not going to feel inclined to buy stone sales, because you're going to have a lot of stones going into all these celebrations. So let me know down below when you guys like to summon, where are your favorite banners to summon on. You know, are you free to play? Are you going to follow the strategy? Do you think it'll work for you? And all those fun things. So if you found this video helpful and did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you were new, and I'll see you all in the next one.